In the new Suicide Squad showcase we got today for the PlayStation State of Play showing, we got a lot of new footage of the game. There's a lot of secrets you may have missed, so let's get started. To start, we can spot Lacey's department store at the very beginning of the showcase. It's a notable place in Metropolis that's often used to be a spoof of the real-life store Macy's. Next, you can spot a building labeled WGBS. WGBS is an alliance of Galaxy Communications, which in the DC universe is one of the world's leading telecommunication companies and a major economic engine of Metropolis. Next, we get a good first look at the Arkhamverse's Lex Luthor, donning his classic war suit. Lex Luthor is known throughout DC Comics history to have a war suit to even the playing field with his enemy, Superman. Next, in the background here, we can see a Star Labs building. Star Labs is an advanced research laboratory in the DC universe that's known to provide medical treatment, among other aids to metahumans. We can also see a Soda Cola sign here. Soda Cola is a brand that's often shown throughout the DC universe, pretty much the Coca-Cola of DC Comics. We can also see Hell's Gate right here. Generally, Hell's Gate is one of the 6 boroughs of Metropolis. Next, you can find a Choco sign right here. Choco's is a popular brand in the DC universe that sells sandwich cookies. One of the more popular facts about it is that's actually the Martian Manhunter's favorite snack, as it produces a physical addiction to the Martian anatomy. Speaking of brands, there's another one we see here called Ho-Ho's Charlie's Chicken Shack. In the comics, Jason Rush, one of the users of the Firestorm Matrix, used to work here as their mascot. Next, on the newspaper flash reads here, nothing secretive, but one of the headlines suggests there's trouble at Arkham, possibly talking about Amanda Waller showing up there, just something I thought that was cool I should bring up. Next, in the behind the scenes footage they showed, we see the Suicide Squad all together at Arkham Asylum, and I believe this is the area where Joker escapes in the Batman Arkham Asylum video game in the very beginning. Next, we can see King Shark has a Belle Reve shirt on. Belle Reve is a prison facility that's used to contain metahuman criminals. It's also used as a base of operations for Task Force X, aka the Suicide Squad. Next, there's a sign here that talks about Edge Airlines. This could be referencing Morgan Edge, a character in the DC universe that acquires the Daily Planet and employs Clark Kent as a television journalist for his TV network. After the Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline, he was changed to a Superman villain and was one of the known leaders of the Inner Gang, an evil crime syndicate with technology supplied by the villainous New Gods of the planet Apocalypse. There's also another brand here we can spot, which is Sundollar, and it's pretty much the Starbucks of the DC universe. Their motto is, the best money can buy. Next up, during Captain Boomerang's section, we can see a lot of weapons that belong to different characters in the DC universe. It's kind of hard to read some of them, so I'm just going to make my best educated guesses on a few of them, so bear with me. Starting from the left here, we have a green hat, which could be the Riddler's hat. Some bottles, which looks to be the condiment bottles from the Condiment King. Could be wrong on that though. An arrow, which could belong to an archer in the DC universe, such as Green Arrow. I'm not too sure, I can't really read it, unfortunately. As for everything else on that top row, I can't quite make out who they belong to. However, as for the plant, that is likely from Poison Ivy, who we saw die in Arkham Knight, believe a plant where she passed. Next, we can see Scarecrow's gauntlet from Arkham Knight. We can also see a jetpack here from Gizmo, who I'll talk about later. You can also see Nightwing's Excrement Sticks, as well as Batman's Bat Drone and Grapple Gun. You can also find Polka Dots here, from Polka Dot Man, one of Batman's more goofier villains. And you can also see the Speed Force Gauntlets by Dr. Sivana. Dr. Sivana is a powerful magic-wielding villain in the DC universe that's an enemy of Shazam's. Next, they show us some new DC characters that will appear in the game. The first is Hack. They kind of explained her already, but she's a powerful technopath that's usually shown to be working for the Suicide Squad. Next is Toyman. He's a villain in the DC universe that's primarily associated with Superman. He doesn't have powers, but he has an incredible expertise in robotics, as well as biological weaponry. And then there's Gizmo, a bald dwarf who's a genius inventor. Next, not much of a secret, but we can see a really cool Justice League sign here, giving them a more retro design. Also, we can see a Gotham Merchants Bank building. We see this bank in Batman Arkham Origins. It's the same one Joker uses Black Mass to gain access to. And right here, we can see a Blaze Comics sign. Blaze Comics is a comic company in the DC universe responsible for making the Booster Gold comic series, as well as others like Astro Teens and Commander Outrageous. And that concludes all the secrets that I have found. If I missed any, please let me know in the comments. Have yourself a great day, and goodbye, people.